Hello everybody, this is Alan Hinds again, and I'm here for Xotic with yet another video with another pedal. But this one I have to tell you, I'm seriously, really, truly excited about. It's a new pedal by the Xotic custom shop, and it's called the AC Booster Comp, which is located right here on my pedal board. And it's similar in a lot of ways to the old AC. It's really simple to use, you know, there's not a million switches on it, which is a cool thing. It has volume, gain, treble, bass, just like the old AC Boost, and they all respond pretty much in the same way. I think this bass response is kind of cooler. It's a lot deeper bass. I think it's voiced a little deeper. I don't know, but it's sure. Every setting on this pedal, the cool thing I noticed when I first plugged into it is that all the settings are really musical. No matter how much I tried to mess it up, everything always seems to sound pretty good coming through this pedal. So let me step you through it and show you the differences between it and the old AC Boost that everybody kind of knows out there. You'll notice on this AC, the new AC Booster Comp, there's a little toggle switch in the middle that has 3 settings. One that says normal, one that says nothing, and then one that says comp, which I assume means compressed maybe, because it is more saturated than the other settings. On the normal setting, it's very similar to the old AC Boost, as I'll show you here. Here's the new one. And here's the old AC Boost. Pretty similar. Give or take a little dialing in here or there on the pedal board. I think I have more bass on this than I did on the other one. You can tell they're pretty similar in the way it feels and the way it compresses and the way the tonal characteristics are almost the same. Now, when I go to the heavily compressed setting on this, the new AC Booster Comp, it saturates, it lowers the volume a little bit, but it gets a little more, it's more compressed, but it's still open somehow. I used it last week on a few different gigs on the weekend, and I played 2 different amps because they rented backline for me. And one of the amps was like a little deluxe, and I set this one on more of the open setting, and it sounded wonderful. And then when I got to an amplifier that was like 100 watts, like a twin that they had for the backline rented for me, I used the over-compressed sound, and it was just great. It just felt like I was pushing the amp at 7 or 8, but it wasn't that loud. So you can kind of get these really heavy, juicy, compressed sound out of the amps without sounding too buzzy, which is the really kind of secret thing about a good pedal to me anyway, is finding that combination, that blend of both. And this pedal kind of does it both, no matter what kind of amp you're playing through. So here, this is the compressed setting, and I'll show you the difference. I'll switch in the middle here. This is the overly compressed setting, which is still... It still sounds nice and open. And it feeds back right at those really great, sweet places you want it to. Now I'm going to switch between this new setting, the overly compressed setting, to the other new setting on this AC. In other words, the setting that the old AC Booster doesn't have. And you'll hear the difference immediately when I switch this little toggle switch. I'm going to switch from the overly compressed setting where it says comp to the middle position that says nothing on the pedal. I hope you could hear that on the video. I'm sure you can. Makes it a little louder for sure, but what it really does, it opens it up and makes it less overdriven, but still retains that nice compressed feeling like you would get if you had like a really nice, expensive boutique, you know, Dumble amp or something. in this setting, it cleans up really well too. You can dial back the guitar a little bit, then it really cleans up to where it feels naturally. Now I have the EP boost on too in this chain. This for me just beefs it up a little bit more when I'm playing solos, but even without it, here's it without it. It still sounds great and full. Once again, the normal setting, which is like the old AC boost. The newer, really over compressed setting, which you probably have to crank the volume a little bit for that setting. And then the new open sound in the middle, which I really like. Another really cool thing that I discovered with this pedal right off is that I've been using more single coil pickups lately, whether it's my Telecaster or my Stratocaster, and that's always been a really hard thing for me to find, is like a really good overdriven sound with the single coil pickup, because it always seems to sound real stringy or thin. And with this pedal, especially with the EP boost after it, but with this pedal, it really sings, and you're hard pressed to tell it's not a humbucker pickup. Which I like for my soloing and for slide guitar and that kind of stuff like I do. So this is the heavy compressed sound with a single coil pickup. Here's the open setting that I like so much. And here's the more normal setting, like the old AC boost. For this guitar, I've been going towards the more heavily compressed sound to get the... But you're going to find every setting you turn on, that you dial up on this pedal, sounds pretty natural right off the bat. Once again, I've got a DiMarzio pickup in this guitar. I think it's one of the virtual vintage. And in the other guitar I was playing had a Tom Holmes pickup. The Xotic guitar had a Tom Holmes humbucker in it. So that's pretty much it. It's the new AC booster comp by Xotic, by the Custom Shop. And it's a great pedal. And I'm telling you, it's like, it sounds good at all settings and all guitars, and it... Somehow they've done it again and made it sound really natural without sounding too buzzy or too unnatural. It sounds closest thing to a great old amp being overdriven that I found yet anyway. So I'm going to play out. Hope you enjoy it, and yeah, see you down the road. I hate people who say that.